Do you really want to change?
Necronomicon is coming.
So this one is the third part of my backwards series of the to know, to will, to dare, and to be silent, which means this one would be the to know, to will. And the idea behind to will has to do with really whether or not you fully, completely, deep down want to change the situation that you're in, or the aspect of yourself, or the aspect of your life that is creating a negative effect on you or a negative effect on somebody else. Basically, ask yourself if the idea of changing whatever it is, whether it be a job, a situation with a person, a situation within yourself, how you treat yourself, different actions that you take. Do you really want to change that? I particularly love this one because it really does have a deep psychological component to it. You can let's try to cook up a couple of examples here. I wonder what kind of examples any people that view this could think of in the comments. But, I like to. The example I'm thinking of is, let's say that, somebody breaks up with somebody else. She's always in my vids, right? There she goes. Anyway, to will really means having the willpower to change something, because willpower is psychological energy. Willpower is energy. If you think of all of us as energetic beings, which I've talked about metaphysics and different things where we are really all vibration, because every single molecule that I'm made of, and every single molecule that this entire room and everything physical that's made of is made of all of these atoms and subatomic particles, quarks, and I think they even have names for things that are smaller than quarks now, that are all vibrating at a in harmonic resonance. And any thought that we have carries energy. We are energetic beings. What are we going to put that energy towards? Now, the idea is that everybody says, I want to be better at this. I want to be better at that. I want to stop doing this. I want to stop doing that. I really want this person to stop treating me like this. I really want to have this job. I really want to be able to stop doing this thing. Well, the idea is, do you really want to? Sure, a ton of people say, hey, they want to change. They want to bring in this brand new thing. They want to kick this person out. They want to change this aspect of themselves. And they can say that on the surface, but deep down, psychologically, subconsciously, they might not want to. Let me kind of think of a couple of examples. In my own personal life, when I got out of grad school and I had a master's, and I got my master's, grad school, master's. Wow, that's kind of common sense. You guys should have gotten that, and I'm sorry for, rambling. But I got my first job as a paraprofessional. Now, prior to earning my master's, I was a paraprofessional. I love it because it's essentially teaching without all the stupid paperwork. And especially with how you take it and how serious you are at your job. Paraprofessional, paraeducator, whatever you want to call it. There's different titles for different states, different districts, but I'm rambling on here. Anyway, for the longest time, I'd be applying for teaching jobs, and I would go to interviews, and I would wonder why it never worked out. And I was really kind of thinking to myself, I got a full-time teaching job. I got a contract for a year, and I knew it was a year when I knew it was only going to be for a year when I took it. And man, the stress on me was insane. And I was like, oh, dude, I totally wish I could just go back to being a para, being a one-to-one, hanging out with a disabled student, really getting to know them, and really, really enjoying every single day, watching them learn and watching them grow, and not having to do all this crazy paperwork and going to staff meetings, and just dealing with all the, as my late uncle used to say, the bureaucratic bullshit, and that really got me thinking about why after that, when I started doing like subbing again and things like that, and even up to this point, because I'm still trying to find a solid job, about whether or not I really, really deep down in my heart want that full-time teaching job, because it comes with all the responsibility. Sure, you can say that you want something on paper. You can say that you want something out loud. You can say that you want something in your head even until out loud or in your head until you're mentally exhausted or you're blue in the face. But do you really want it? Now, let's try to get down to the point here. Basically, you can say that you want something, but if you still have a subconscious thing of, oh my god, I know it's going to be difficult, or even if you want to change something, like if you want somebody out of your life, regardless if you do a spell or not, chances are you're going to have to confront them and you're going to have to tell them, hey, leave me alone, get out. But unless you have the courage to do that kind of thing, then unless you have the courage to act in accord and follow that flow, like I was talking about a couple vids ago, it's not going to happen for you. You know, you have to want it inside and out for it to happen. The as above, so below, which I'm probably going to get into, is kind of also as within, so without. If you want something to change on the outside of you, then you have to make that change on the inside. You cannot expect your world around you to be any different unless you take action to be different on the inside. You can't say that you want to, I don't know, I'm trying to think of some examples here. I always wing it, whatever. You can't say that you want to be able to wake up earlier so you can get a better jump start on the day unless you kind of change your habits. Maybe you don't have coffee in the afternoon. Maybe you go to sleep earlier. Maybe, you make some dietary changes, and then you'll be able to wake up earlier. If you really, really want a job, know on the inside that you can handle that job. Know on the inside that you can take care of the responsibilities. You deserve it, and you earned it, and you're going to show that you deserve that job. If you want to get rid of somebody, you better tell them to their face, along with doing a spell where the energy will back you up. If you want to make a change about personal habits, like let's take smoking cigarettes for an example. Somebody can say, "Oh my God, I really want to quit. I want to quit smoking," and then and this has happened to me. Back in the day, this happened to me for like a couple of times. It takes when people quit smoking, it takes them several times. Why? Because your subconscious is not necessarily in agreement with what you're consciously saying, or the affirmations that you make, or the helpful phrases you put on your mirror, or what you tell everybody else. Somebody could say, "Oh yeah, I really want to quit," but whether or not they really believe that on the inside is and whether or not they energetically resonate with it, and they make themselves feel that vibration, and they make themselves kind of, losing my words. If they make themselves believe that they want that change, unless they do that, they're not going to want to. That's why if anybody that is forced into making a habitual change, chances are it ain't going to stick because they don't believe it and they don't really want it. Like if somebody is forcing you to eat healthier foods, probably when the cat's away, the mice will play. The second they go off somewhere, you're going to run off to let's go with a favorite. You're going to run off to Wendy's and get a freaking Baconator. All right? And then when next time they come around, you're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I haven't had any fast food in like 3 months. Thanks for the advice. Thanks for the support." And then you're just sitting there thinking about yesterday when you were sitting in the parking lot at Wendy's in your car and how goddamn good that Baconator was. I got to admit, Baconators are dank. Anyway, so to will really has to do with whether or not you want what you are asking for. You could say that you want to quit smoking. You could say that you want that job. You can say it, but do you believe it? Do you believe in yourself to get it? And are you going to take the appropriate action to get it? If you don't believe in yourself, and if you don't, inside and out, say the same exact thing, then it's not going to happen for you. This was a little bit shorter, I think, than the other ones, although it just hit 9 minutes, so it's probably around the same amount. But that is the idea of to will in a nutshell. Hope this made sense. Check out any of my other vids for magical mechanics, talks on the Necronomicon, and several other subjects. Let me know what you guys thought of in the comments. And I think that my next set that I'm going to do would have to be the as above, so below, as within, so without. So anyway, hope this helps. Look forward to future vids, and good hunting.